Hello and welcome to our KS3 session on separation techniques. This is from a chemistry topic. We will begin by introducing mixtures and then move on to looking at different separation techniques. So what is a mixture? A mixture is formed from different substances that are not chemically joined together. This means that the substances can be separated from each other without a chemical reaction. For example, seawater is a mixture of salt, water, and other substances. A pure substance contains just one substance on its own, for example, table salt. In order to separate mixtures into individual substances, different separation techniques are used. The first separation technique we will look at is chromatography. This method is used to separate dissolved substances from one another. It's often used when the dissolved substances are colored, such as inks and food colorings. This works because some colored substances dissolve better in the solvent than other substances, which means they are more soluble, so they travel further up the chromatography paper. What happens first to do this method is that a pencil line is drawn like this and spots of ink are placed on it. The container has the solvent, such as water or ethanol. The paper is then lowered into the solvent, which then allows the solvent to travel up through the paper, taking some of the colored substances with it. The different colored substances are then spread apart, and this helps us recognize how many different components there are in the mixture. And this works because some of the colored substances dissolve better than others. The next separation technique is filtration. This method is used to separate an insoluble solid from a liquid. An insoluble solid means a solid that doesn't dissolve in the solvent. For example, sand doesn't dissolve in water, so that makes it insoluble. The image shows how filtration works. So first, a beaker contains a mixture of insoluble solid and liquid, and then there is filter paper in a filter funnel above another empty beaker. The mixture is then poured into the filter funnel. The liquid particles are small enough to pass through the filter paper, and this becomes the filtrate. The solid particles are too large, so they stay behind as residue. Now we will talk about evaporation. This method is used to separate a soluble solid from a liquid. For example, salt is soluble in water. If it's mixed together, the salt particles appear to disappear, so they actually dissolve in water. If this mixture is heated, the water evaporates away, leaving solid salt crystals behind. And finally, we will discuss how distillation works. This method is used to separate a liquid from a mixture of two or more liquids. And this works because the liquids in the mixture have different boiling points. So when the mixture is heated, one liquid evaporates before the other. Here is an activity for you. Let's see if you can match the method of separation to the name and their pictures. Feel free to pause the video and have a go before we review the answers. Here is a review of what each separation technique does and how each method is set up in the lab. I hope this review of separation techniques was helpful. Please do subscribe to this channel to see more videos like this. Also take a look at our social media tag below to know about all the services we offer. Thanks for watching and see you next time.